We are happy you are back. I am with Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a James Beard Award nominee. The group includes Where We Are, Owen's Ordinary, the Maryland Jewel of the NRG. It's great to be back here. Second time we've been outside doing this, and it's been here both times. Greg, it is great to see you.
You too, Brian.
What do we have on tap this week?
So this week we have a really wonderful beer that I rediscovered while I was just over in Belgium.
And we'll talk about that in a minute.
And this is from a really cool small brewery in the Hainaut province, South Belgium, right on the French border. It's called Brasserie de Rocs. Been around since 1979. The kind of progenitor of the Belgian new wave craft brewing scene. This is their blonde ale, which just got reintroduced to the U.S. market. So wonderful beer.
Ooh. Oh, I like. And I just happened to look right here at the back of the label, 7.5.
Got a little bit
That
of
is a little dangerously deceptive there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, if someone poured you a glass of that, you wouldn't necessarily think that, although you should always be careful because you never know.
With Belgian brewers, yeah. And I think that's what they do very well. I mean, Belgian beer has always been about balance, complexity, nuance, and hiding the strength of the beers, and that's what this does. What's great about this beer too, it's not spiced. All of the aromatics, that kind of peppery spice is coming from the fermentation. There's great interaction from the hop character. It's pretty hoppy without being like extravagantly bitter. They use Cascade hops from America, which is very cool. They use some Styrian Goldings from Eastern Europe, Slovenia, Hallertau from Germany, and some newer Belgian hops as well that are experimental, don't even have names yet.
Now, these guys, you know, some of these breweries over there have been around since, well, nearly the start of time, right? The dawn of time. How long have these guys been around?
So these guys, a really interesting story. They, the father, Jean-Pierre, who's now retired, his daughter, Natalie Eloire, is the brewmaster here. So she's one of the, the very few female brewers in Belgium running breweries right now, which is extremely cool.
Very cool.
That she's doing that. And she's an amazing brewer. This is actually her creation. This is her recipe and her beer. But in 1975, her father started home brewing and put a little 15-liter system in the basement of his home. Their home was on the old former abbey site of the de Rocs Abbey, which had been defunct for almost a century at that point. His father-in-law had been a brewer, so he started brewing, and then the laws changed in Belgium so you could start brewing in even smaller batches. He installed a little tiny, I think 5 hectoliter system, which is like 3 barrels, very small, in the basement. Then he brought it above ground into some other buildings in 1984. This was in 79 when he started. And it's been there ever since. So now his daughter is in charge. But what's really cool is in the 70s when people started to get interested again in traditional Belgian beer, and instead of just like industrial lager, this was kind of the first teeny tiny brewery to come back on the scene. And so we owe them a lot in as far as what they've done for Belgian brewing.
It's delicious.
Awesome stuff.
Well, good for them. That's fantastic. And obviously available here.
Yep.
In many states, I see on the back of the label. But before we talk about pairing, you have been a busy man. Well, you're always busy the past month or so, but 2 overseas trips, Germany and then Belgium, if I have the order right.
Yep.
How's the beer scene over there?
It's amazing, of course. Yeah, no, it's been fun. The cool thing now is that I get to travel to visit breweries and meet new people and see old friends and things like that, but also to bring Blue Jacket beer along with us.
Okay.
So we were able to pour Blue Jacket beer at this amazing beer festival in Brussels called the BXL Beer Fest. Wonderful. We're hoping to do it again next year and then get to see all the fantastic brewers. So really cool stuff that's going on. Lots of traditional brewers are still brewing the same delicious stuff, and a lot of great new brewers are coming out of the scene. So we're hoping to kind of bring some back and showcase them at many of our places, including the Sovereign for Belgian style stuff in DC.
That's fantastic. Well, when we enter our 6th year of Beer of the Week, perhaps 2018 is the year I should go with you on one of these trips. As long as you bring a lot of cash for bail. What would you pair this with? I mean, God, anything.
Yeah,
right?
Belgians are known for incredible beer pairing possibilities of their beers. Balance, nuance, some sweetness, dryness in the finish, and this is no exception. Love this with just like simple roast chicken preparations. It works great with spicy food, kind of washes away the heat, offers sweetness to mellow it, so whether it's like wings or like spicy tacos or Szechuan Chinese or Thai food is really phenomenal with it. Creamy cheeses like Brie and Camembert are also excellent.
Yeah, you mentioned Szechuan, and I was thinking Sriracha sauce. So just
Oh yeah,
so
anything
great.
you squirt that on would be great.
All right, excellent. Happy days outside, drinking Belgian beer at Owen's Ordinary. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.